working on ZGC, which is our new solution for scalable and low latency garbage collection. So yeah, we're looking at how to scale our Java heaps to much larger sizes without having to pay the price in latencies.
Okay. So it's there are a number of improvements also on this Z garbage collector for the next release of the JDK, right? For
Yes.
JDK 12.
Yes, indeed. So what we have been working on is class unloading. So in JDK 11, that was one of the missing pieces of the puzzle, that we didn't have class unloading. And the reason we didn't have it is because class unloading, if you do it in a safepoint, which is the way that it's always been done by everybody else, is a kind of intrusive operation that takes a lot of time. And since we're building a low latency garbage collector, we don't really want to do this in a safepoint. So instead, we've allowed concurrent class unloading. So we're performing the class unloading while the application is running, so that it doesn't have to stop. Yeah, so that was kind of tricky to implement, but we've shifted to 12. So whenever 12 is released, you can use that.
Okay. So, can you talk a little bit about the future planning or the direction that you?
Yeah, sure. Going forward, one of the things that we are going to look into is dealing with the combination of large live sets and high allocation pressure. And to deal with that, I think the tool of choice is probably going to be a young generation, which allows us to deal with rather high allocation pressure while also having large live sets, as long as the application is following the generational hypothesis, which most applications do follow in practice. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to look into. Having said that, it's a fairly complicated thing, and we want to make sure that we nail it. We don't want to go down the wrong route, release something, and then be stuck with that solution. So we're going to take whatever time we need to find out what is the best solution to this problem.
And the Z garbage collector is actually part of the JDK, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's like so when people install it, they
Yes.
actually okay. Any where they can also where can I find more information about the collector, or try it, test it?
Right. So we have ZGC has an open JDK project, and there's a little bit of a wiki page there. You can go there and find out what you need to know. But one thing we focus on quite a lot is to make it as easy as possible to use it out of the box. So we don't want to have 100 JVM flags for tuning. We've tried to make sure that the out of the box experience is as good as it can be. And whenever we're facing a situation where we could add a new JVM flag that can be tuned, we instead look into how can we avoid adding that JVM flag and figure out what needs to be done automatically instead. So that makes it a lot easier to use this garbage collector. So you don't need to know as much either to use it. And one of the things that enables that, I think, is the concurrency. You have an inherent problem if you have a very complicated operation with many things that need to be done, and you squeeze all of that into one safepoint operation, and you need this safepoint operation to finish within a very small time frames. It's very tricky to get that right, and there are many trade-offs to be considered, and of course that has a tendency to lead to many JVM flags that you can tune. But by opening this up to be done lazily and concurrently over a larger period of time, we don't have to expose as many flags to reach optimal performance. So I think that it's a big benefit having a concurrent collector in that way.
Cool. Well, thank you for stopping by and
Thank
talking
you.
about the garbage collector. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
you.